So, hi guys, let's get started. So, shall we start with the very basics?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So, if you guys know the answers, you can feel free to answer whatever I ask. Okay, fine. So, as I told you, it's data and technologies. First, let me talk about the data. Okay, so tell me, what is data? What is data?
Information, a collection of information.
Collection of information. Next, anything else? You can't be on mute. Talk, guys. Only a collection of information? That's it? Fine. So data
And the
is
facts, figures.
okay. So I'll divide the data into three parts. Okay. First one is storage. Next one is size of data. And next one is obtains of data. Got it? First one is storage. Next we have size and we have obtains. What do you mean by obtains? So what does the data contain? I'm not saying what is data. I'm asking what does it contain? You're saying piece of information. What does that information contain? Guys, what does the data contain?
It's details about something you're searching for.
What is that something? What is that something containing?
If you are searching for a person name or
What does
mobile
that name
number,
contain?
Customer or like
What,
product.
What
what's
does that
numbers?
name contain? Correct.
What's
Someone is answering.
what's numbers?
Words, text.
Sentence,
It
paragraph.
contains. What does a paragraph contain?
characters, words,
It is A to Z,
letters.
0 to 9, special characters.
Yeah,
Okay.
characters.
Anything else other than these?
No, ma'am.
Sure, no. Then why do you purchase a phone with internal GB of 2 or 256 and things? Phone also has data, right? Yes or no? You wanted a phone with 512 GB,
Yes,
256
ma'am.
GB.
It's numerical, right?
I'm not asking what is that 512 GB and all that. Do you have any other kind of data in your phones?
Volume.
Guys, images.
Pictures.
Images, videos. Any other data do you think we exist other than these? How does Apple Watch work? Smartwatches work?
Passwords, OTPs.
Passwords and OTPs again contains this special character combination. That's okay. Sensor data is something different, right? Contains some signaling, correct?
Yes.
So
Yes.
this can be a type of data. Now coming back to the size of data. Tell me the basic size of data which you study when you start learning computers as a subject in your third class and second class or fourth class.
KBs, MBs.
Bits.
ABCDs.
Will it start directly with KB?
Bits. Bits.
Before bits you don't have anything? Binary 0, 1.
Binary.
After binary we have bit. What is 4 bits called?
Byte.
Seriously, 4 bits is called byte. Then what is 8 bits called? I have learnt it as 8 bits is called byte. What is 4 bits? Nibble.
Nibble.
4 bits is called nibble, not nibble. B is not there. It's nibble. Okay. 8 bits is called byte. What is
Byte.
1024 byte? 1024 bytes is how much?
Megabyte.
Directly you go to
KB.
MB.
Kilobyte. Kilobyte.
Exactly. We have KB first. Kilobyte. After KB, what is 1024 KB?
Megabyte.
Megabyte.
MB. What is a 1024 MB?
Gigabyte.
GB.
GB, give it
What is
gigabyte.
1024 GB?
TB, terabyte.
Terabyte.
So what happened to peta in between? Fine. I just thought of confusing. That's okay. TB, which is in our laptops, right? What is
Yes.
1024 TB? Until here, because you use it day to day, you know it. What is 1024 TB? Yes, genuinely say how many of you are Googling now.
I Google it, ma'am. It's petabyte.
How many of others are trying to Google? Are you Googling at least?
Yes, we are. I'm doing.
What is 1024
Petabyte.
TB?
Petabyte.
TB. Do you remember that we have some technology called Hadoop? When data started reaching petabytes, then this technology started. Okay, it's similar to storage. When the data storage capacity, when people started wanting PBs of data, then this started. Okay. The next, what is 1024 PB? One zero two four PB. चलो Google करो.
Exabyte. EXABYT.
EB. You mean
EB.
EB
Yes.
EB.
or XP? EB or XP?
EB. E for elephant, B. Elephant B.
What is 1024 EB? After EB, what do you have?
Zettabyte. ZB.
Very good. Next.
YB.
YB.
So after PB, we have EB, exabyte. After EB, ZB, zettabyte.
Zettabyte.
After zettabyte,
YB.
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 Yottabyte.
yottabyte. Google answers. What is YB? 1024 YB. Google failed.
That is the last, ma'am, I think.
I know. That's
Even
why I asked.
Google.
That's what I'm asking. Did Google fail?
Yes, ma'am.
Bronotobyte.
Notobyte.
Bronotobyte. What is 1024 bronotobyte? Geobronotobyte. Okay. We also call it geobyte. Okay. Fine. So now, if you have data until GB, can we store it in our phones?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we can.
In the phones, you store it directly as storage, or do you have any file structures or something?
We have
We
storage.
have stuck.
We have some file structures, right? Like
Yes.
images is a folder, something like that, right? So storage, firstly, initially we used files. Bold, I need italic. Yes. Now in this file systems, let's forget phone for some time. Now tell me what are the file systems you have to store the data. First comes is Excel, right? In Excel, we also have XLSX, XLS, and any others also we have. We also have .csv, comma separated value file, correct? Next, any other file structures where we can store the data other than Excel? We have .txt. Any other file formats, guys? .json. What is full form of JSON? Again, Google. JavaScript object notation. Next, after JSON. Any other file formats? Stored
JPG.
data.
Document.
.jpg. Dot .jpeg. .png. .pdf.
PDF. Yeah.
Etc. Okay.
.exe.
Dot zip.
Now everything is coming out. Good. At least you guys are trying. Nice. So these are the file formats. Let's talk about the Excel because we're into analytics. Tell me, Excel is limited or unlimited?
It's
Unlimited.
If Excel is unlimited, why do you need database and cloud? You can
It's
store everything in
limited.
Excel, no? Why are people going to database if Excel is unlimited? Valid question or no? If Excel is unlimited, why do you need database and cloud? Correct. Guys, did you understand my question?
Yes, Devi.
Yes, ma'am.
You also have a thought now when I say it. If Excel is unlimited, why do you need cloud and database? Cloud and database. We can store everything in Excel itself, right? Excel is limited. Now, presently, I'm working on Excel, right? See, I'll do control down arrow. What's the limit for each sheet? You see the last row number?
Yes.
That is the limit of Excel in row wise for each sheet. It is limited. That's why to overcome this limitation, for example, what limitation? Now, one sheet you can store only how many rows? 1 million, right? It's 10,58,000 number, right? So let's make a round figure of 1 million. 1 million is how much? 10 lakhs, right? Okay, so one sheet will store 1 million. Now I work in a Gandhi hospital as a doctor. I see a data. Per day, at least you will get 500 patients each ward, right? In Gandhi, you all know government Gandhi hospital, first COVID case,
Yes.
right? In Hyderabad. Whoever is in Hyderabad will know this. Fine. Now, the data which I'm getting every day for each patient, one medicine, if I write it, it is for each patient, I'm getting 10 rows. And I have 500 patients in each ward. I have 20 wards. Think of, can I store last 3 months data in one sheet? Not possible, right?
Not possible.
Not possible. So I have to go to the next sheet. But if I want to draw a summary report, I have to take first sheet report, second sheet report, again combine both the report. Correct? Yes or no?
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's the reason to overcome that, we have something called database. Database can store huge size of data compared to the files. Understood? Can you try to name me some databases?
SQL,
SQL, Oracle.
1 second. What was that? First one? Someone was telling something?
SQL,
Exactly.
SQL.
SQL. What is the spelling of SQL?
SQL,
Tell me
SQL.
the abbreviation of SQL.
Structured query language.
standard query.
So it's a language or a
Structure.
database?
Language.
It's a language.
It's a language.
So when I ask databases, why do you say SQL? SQL is a language. It's not a database. Right? SQL is structured query language. It's not a database. It's a language. Did I ask languages or did I ask database names? What did I ask for?
Database.
Tell me the database. None of you, anytime at least once didn't go to Amitpet, you will see on boards lot of databases. You have MySQL, SQL Server, Oracle DB.
PostgreSQL,
Now people are on PLSQL is again procedural language SQL. That is also a language. Oracle uses PLSQL, okay?
MongoDB.
MongoDB. But you know what? MongoDB will not use SQL. MongoDB will use Mongo queries, separate language, okay?
Okay.
But it's a database. Fine. Next. Have you not have heard about Teradata? Have you not heard about PostgreSQL? Heard these terms at least? So these are some databases.
Yes.
So now, okay, ma'am, we have to overcome the problems in the file. So we have databases. Now, don't we have any problem in database? The problem in database is, do you all remember? I think if you're in this class, you must have completed your 10th standards long back, right? When you got your result, did you immediately type your, your hall ticket number and immediately you got the result, or did it buffer sometime?
Buffer
It
was
Buffer.
there.
At that
Latency was.
Everyone got that buffer issue, right?
Yes.
yes, ma'am.
Exactly. Databases can store the data, but when it's retrieving the output, if it has lot of traffic, what do you mean by traffic? All of us at once want all the results at once, right? That's called traffic, right? On the server.
Yes, ma'am.
So that database cannot handle. To overcome that problem, again, we have something called cloud. Got it? Now, ma'am, you're telling everywhere about the database and cloud. Then why this course contains SQL and Power BI? What is SQL? Have that question now in mind? Basically, now if I teach this class in English, all of you will understand? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
If I teach in Telugu,
If I know, I can understand.
Hindi,
That's also if I know, I can understand.
don't say if I know. Will you understand or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Tamil,
No.
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 Malayalam,
No.
Urdu,
No.
Yes.
French,
No.
No.
Spanish.
No.
Similarly, database can understand the only language called SQL. If you want to talk to the data in database, you should know this language. Understood? Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
You want to, why SQL is not a SQL is a language which is used to talk to the data in database. Database is a container which holds the data, and SQL is the language to talk to that data. Clear? Is this understood, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, there.
Yes. Now tell me some examples of cloud, then we will compare database and cloud. Some examples of clouds.
AWS, Azure,
AWS,
AWS by
GCP.
Oracle.
I also want the cloud name along with the company which is providing. AWS by
Amazon,
Amazon.
next.
Google Cloud.
Azure,
Google Cloud is not there. GCP by Google.
GCP by Google,
Google Cloud Platform. Okay.
Azure by Microsoft,
Azure by Microsoft. Next.
Alibaba something.
IBM.
Yeah, IBM
Yeah,
Cloud.
IBM also there.
Oracle is also cloud.
Oracle.
Etc. Okay. Now, what is the difference between database and cloud? To overcome the problem we have, I personally faced the problem with database and I shifted to cloud in one of my project. The problem was I had SQL server with me. No, I had Teradata. That is actually holds the terabytes of data, but still I had a problem in Teradata. I wrote a query of lines 200 or 220 lines. When I ran the query, initially for one condition, the output was just 120 records. The output, number of rows. It gave me very quick in seconds. Then for the next one, the output was 5 lakh, something like around 5 lakh output rows. No, it took, you know this, few minutes later, few eternity later, you get this, no? My situation was the same. Understood now? When it is retrieving the data and processing, it was taking time. Got it? But cloud, the support is very good because it's unlimited. Got it? Database storage wise, it's unlimited. But processing wise, processing support, it's little dull. But cloud has overcome that. Am I clear? Another layman example I'll give you. Suppose if someone is not very technical, that's okay, leave it. Now, Suppose you have a sister at your home who is earning 40 LPA. What is 40 LPA? 40 lakhs per annum, right? In a year, she earns 40 lakhs. Then you have a father, if obviously sister is 40 lakhs, father 1 crore. Can I put approximately? Now you are the little brother. You want to purchase a chocolate. Do you go to father directly or you can also ask sister?
Sister.
Chocolate you can ask sister, no? Correct, right? She can afford it, right?
Yes.
Now you want a cycle. Sister can give cycle also, right? 40 lakhs she is earning.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Bike,
Sister.
car.
Sister.
Father.
See guys, just think of before answering, are you guys giving it a thought? Sister or father confusion when it came to car, right? Because sister may not do one-time payment. She will ask for EMI, right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Similarly, like database, it can do it, but it took some time for me to load and give me the result. Similarly, sister will take some time if it's a car. If it's a house, tell me, if it's a
Father.
house,
Father.
very clearly father, right? Now, when I say chocolate, cycle, bike, car, and house, did you compare the size of it or did you compare the cost of it?
Cost of.
Cost of
Similarly, compare the size. Instead of cost, replace it with size. Sister is like database, father is like cloud. Understood? The support they give for the size of data. Is this clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So that's the difference about the database and cloud. Simple difference. So that's why we got all this. Now, when you have the data, so will someone come and put the data in your hands? Or will you get it through some database or files or cloud? They will share the data to through some file, database or cloud, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Files
They'll
of.
not come and put it in your hand, right?
Yes.
So the person who works on this part, cleaning the data, arranging the data and making it available for us to work on. This role, whoever does, either they work on, if they work on database to arrange the data, they are called DBA, database admin. If they're working on clouds or any other ways, they are also called data engineer. Understood? Who maintains it. Clear?
Yes.
Yes. Now you have the data. He is giving you the data. Now you have the data. Once you have the data, yesterday I told you one example, right? You remember Monday, 2 milk packets.
Yes.
Tuesday, 2 milk packets. Wednesday, 2 milk packets. Thursday again, he slept. No milk packets. Friday, 2. Saturday, friends coming. So 3. Sunday, 2. Monday, how many will he take?
2.
We also discussed that we are not milk vendors also, right?
Yeah.
So how do you say 2?
Previous data.
Exactly. If you already have the data and you're studying that data, what is the study of something called analysis, right? Correct. You're studying something, is it called analysis? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So whatever you have in the history, if you are analyzing it, you are called data analyst. Any data, if you're trying to understand what has happened, this is something which has already happened, right? Correct. It has already happened and you're getting the data in your hands. So in that case, you are called data analyst. Understood? Now you're trying to say what might happen, right? You're trying to predict what might happen, correct? Someone who tells future, data scientist. That's why whoever is going with the course, with data scientists, data science, they are also taught with many technologies, right? To analyze the data, all of them will be covered for them, right? Because they also should understand what happened and they should say what might, from based on that, what will happen. Understood? Clear, guys?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear? So what has already happened is data analyst. What might happen based on analyzing the data, if you say you're called a data scientist. Clear? Any questions?
No question.
Any questions?
No questions, ma'am.
No questions. Now the same data, you're analyzing the data. If you're analyzing the data using a language called Python, you're analyzing the data using a language called Python. You might be called as Python developer. Ultimately, you will analyze the data also, or you might also be called as data analyst. Got it? If you're analyzing the same data using Power BI and building reports, you're also called Power BI developer, or you're also called data analyst. Depends on the company, they tell you what is your role. Get it? Designation is depending on the company you're working. If you're working on Tableau, you're called Tableau developer, or you can also be called as a data analyst because ultimately you're analyzing the data using this tool, right? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ultimately, these are just the tools which is helping you to analyze the data. If you're using again database, you're called a SQL developer. You generate SQL queries, right? And manage the data. You can also be called a SQL developer or a data analyst. Based on the language you're working or the tool you're working, your role will change. But ultimately, you will analyze the data. Got it? Similarly, if you're using Python or you're called data analyst, if you're working on finance data, either you work on Python or Power BI or Tableau or database, irrespective of tool, if you're working on finance related data, you're called finance analyst. Have you ever heard these terms?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You are called finance analyst. If you're working related to credit card, then you're called credit analyst. If you're analyzing data related to credit card, if you're analyzing fraud, any fraud it is, then you're called fraud analyst.
Fraud analyst.
Got it? Similarly, all these are depending on the data which you're working on, but we have something different called business analyst. You know what does he do? It seems to be easy. You just have to analyze the business and give. It will be just wording is simple, but he has lot of issues with all the developers because
Requirement.
client, whatever requirement is there from the client, he should understand. He should tell the developers how to work on what is the requirement from the client. And whatever output developers will give, he will again have to give it to the client. He is like a bridge between the developers and the business. He should understand the business and explain us being a developers. And whatever we say, also he has to go and explain the client. Understood? So you know what does he do? He also do analysis along with us. Like he uses some BI tools to analyze some data or something. He also have to do FRD, functional requirement document. That means, suppose if you're building an app, functionality wise, how that app should work, we will have some requirements, right? Correct.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you click here, that should go. If you click here, that should go. Something like that, right? So that is called functional requirement document. Then you have SRS. So what softwares you have to work on? Software requirement document, sorry, SRD. Got it? Next one is BRD, business requirement document. Everything should be documented, right? At the same time, he also has to make sure that developers are working, correct? So he should raise a ticket so that developers will finish the task until it completed. That we call it as tickets. For example, we have Jira to track the tickets. So business analyst has to know BI tools for analyzing. ticketing tools to see how developers are working. He also has to understand the business and also prepare a document. Understood? Clear, guys?
Yes.
Again, this role might vary based on the company. Sometimes business analyst is given only BI tool. Sometimes he's given only FRD, SRD, BRD. Sometimes he's given only Jira. Okay? But sometimes you have to do all of them. When I was in that role, I did all of these. Clear? You're slowly understanding what that, based on the role, how we have to understand what might be in the background. Am I confusing you guys?
No, it
Am I
is making
confusing?
sense. No, it's making sense.
Okay. So now the next one is, what does this data scientist do? Is he just sleeping and telling predictions like astrologer? Random predictions is he giving?
No, ma'am.
Alright, he has to study so much, no? Algorithms and things. But he also has to learn these also. He also should know how to analyze the data. Only if you know how to analyze the data, he can do predictions, right? What do you guys think? What is AI? Don't tell me artificial intelligence, please. I know that is artificial intelligence. What do you think it contains? Okay, fine. Let's talk
Data?
about Tesla. You all know Tesla?
Yes.
I hope everyone knows, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone
Yes,
from
yes.
US who is using it? Anyone
Yeah.
from US in this class who is using?
Yes.
So you have Tesla with you, right? Your name?
Mm-hmm. Gaurav.
Gaurav. Okay, fine, Gaurav. So you're married?
No, I'm bachelor.
Okay. For now, let's assume you're married. Okay. You have a 2 months kid. Just 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust Tesla if you're traveling somewhere? Do you just tell it to take it somewhere and leave the driving steering?
No,
You don't trust it?
mostly no. I can't
Why? Why?
because it's uh, what do you say?
Because it doesn't have a real brain. It's a programmed
Yeah,
brain.
sort of.
Correct?
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I'm telling this terminology because everyone should understand in the class. Okay. It's a programmed brain. It's not a real brain, right?
Yeah.
Yes or no? Now, will Tesla fail if a cat comes in front of it, or will it give a dash to a cat and go forward? What will it do? Will it stop when cat comes in front of it?
Yeah, for sure, it's gonna stop.
It's gonna stop when cat comes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When a dog comes,
Yeah,
when an ant comes,
we are not sure about that.
ant.
It will not have the visibility.
Might be, yeah.
Suppose if it stops when an ant comes, is it programmed well?
No.
It's not programmed well, right? Because ant life is
No.
nothing for us. See, this is the problem with AI. You guys are absolutely correct, but this is the problem with AI. People won't trust it because it is not 100% fine. All of us will work to make it 100%. Understood? That's what a data scientist does. To do this programming, it's nothing but your algorithms. We call them algorithms in the background. Clear? These algorithms are built based on statistics. Clear? Along with statistics, you have some programming language to do that statistics and algorithms, right? And suppose, then what does AI consist of? You know what is machine learning? You guys never referred all these guys? Have you all heard these terms? See here.
Yes.
From this picture, you should understand most of the things. Machine learning, NLP, deep learning, together if you work on a project, it's called AI. Understood? Clear? So what is this machine learning, ma'am? Machine learning will work when you have a not very large data, I'll say small data. I mean, it will be in TBs, small data, comma, it will accept A to Z, 0 to 9, and special characters it can work on. Got it? And if your size of data is increasing to more larger data, we go with something called neural networks. Got it? And the same larger data with images, we call it as deep learning. And what is NLP? NLP is about languages. Natural language processing, either it be English, Spanish, anything. You can analyze the data based on languages. You have ChatGPT, right? ChatGPT is NLP. Got it? And Google search. You know, it's very good, right? Google search works on engrams concept, which is a part of NLP. Got it? Just try to understand this. You need not learn all of this. Just try to understand, at least shortcut note. Clear? So data related technologies, are you guys clear on now?
Yes, ma'am.
Did the session made some sense?
Yes.
Was that helpful?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
My
Completely.
promise which I made you yesterday was fulfilled. I gave you a
Yes, ma'am.
promise that you will definitely understand well, right? Did that happen?
Yes, ma'am.
This is about data and technologies. Now, shoot out your questions if you have any. Related to this, if you have any questions, please shoot out your questions. No questions? Everything was clear? Guys, any questions?
No, ma'am.
No questions?
I had an audio disruption during that sister and father thing. Could you explain that once?
Okay, fine. When I say sister and father, I gave it because you have a sister. When you say car, sister will ask for EMI, so she cannot do one-time payment, right?
Yeah.
Correct. But father can do a one-time payment for a car. Yes or no?
Yes.
Similarly, when I say she cannot afford one-time payment, she will buffer whether she have to pay or take an EMI because she also has to check for her remaining expenditures. Right? Similarly, database will store the data. She can afford. Sister actually can afford, but she will give it a thought. Similarly, database can store the data, but when it comes to querying and performance, it will buffer.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Was the session clear?
Hi, Devi.
Yes. Hi.
Yeah, hi, Devi. I just have a question.
Mhm.
Like I am having an experience of pharmacovigilance from past 6 years. So will this on? I don't have that much of knowledge in data. So how much like deep this session, this training will go so that I can just understand each and everything of related to data and get a good get a
See, if
good
you
grip
want
on the
to,
Power
one
BI.
second. If you want Power BI, this session you need not learn any prerequisites. You will understand one by one. Now you saw I went from the very basic, right?
Yes.
All my sessions would be same. It will take time,
Okay.
but I'll go from very basic. Prerequisites are not required. But you want to understand everything about data, then you have to learn all this.
Yes, I believe like SQL is like most important thing has to
Exactly. So
yeah.
that is the reason I start with SQL, then continue with Power BI. So
Mm-hmm.
you need not learn any basics. Even though you're layman, you will still understand.
Okay, and will you use give us a training on DAX also?
Obviously, Power BI maximum part is DAX, right?
Okay.
Ah, see, DAX also will be covered. Something like this. This is going on for another batch. We also learn DAX formulas.
Okay.
Is this your first session?
No, I I attended yesterday's session also. Just
Then I
I
told,
had
right,
a
I'll be teaching DAX.
Okay. So
Okay.
I just yeah, but after looking all these things, like for me, it's bit little means it's bit tough for me because I'm
No,
just
no.
hearing
I
most
gave
of the
an
things.
overview of software, but things which we are learning is here.
Okay. Okay.
I just gave this because there are a lot many people here who is new to IT and they look for a clarity on what technology, what does it do, what technology is used for what, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes.
The session is purely for them,
Okay. Thank you.
so that they come to this class, attend these classes with clarity on why they are learning. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions, guys? Chalo. Okay then. If no questions, let's just wind up. That's about for today about the data and technologies. Tomorrow, the same way we learned about data and technologies, we'll go brief into Power BI. What you will be learning in Power BI, how does Power BI look like and things. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Chalo. Okay then. Thank you guys. Have a lovely day tomorrow
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
have a
Good
good
night.
sleep. Good night. Bye-bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
If someone has any questions, please shoot out your questions. I'll be here for next 2 minutes.
2 months.
Feel free to ask me.
Uh, Devi, I just have one more question. So, will this training give me a good, like, help me in writing my resume because I don't have experience of IT. So, will
Obviously,
this?
yes.
Okay,
I
thank you.
told you, right? You can
Hmm.
cover up to 4 to 5 years of experience.
Okay.
Okay?
Mhm.
Okay then. Thank you guys. I don't see any questions. Have a lovely day. Bye bye.